The president of the American Academy of Pediatrics, Dr. Susan Kressly, is joining me now. Dr. Kressly, thank you for being here with us. We know from watching this hearing that Senator Warren, she really pressed RFK Jr. on these vaccine recommendations and the consequential cost, potentially for millions of Americans. I want to play for you a little bit of that exchange.
If you don't recommend, then the consequence of that in many states is that you can't walk into a pharmacy and get one. It means insurance companies don't have to cover the $200 or so cost. As Senator Dr. Cassidy said, you are effectively denying people vaccines. First up is ratifying your COVID actions. Second is hepatitis B is on the agenda. So should Americans expect you to take away hepatitis vaccine access as well, even though you promised not to?
As I said, I'm not taking vaccines away from anybody.
Okay, same answer, right? You're just going to deny that when people can't get access, that you're not taking it away. Then let me ask you, is that the same game you're going to play with me?
You want me to recommend?
So my question for you, Dr. Kressly, is do you share the concerns there of Senator Warren?
So before I answer your question, I just want to be clear for your listeners. I'm here as the president of the American Academy of Pediatrics, but I'm also here as a general pediatrician who has practiced and taken care of kids and families in my community for over 30 years, and as a mother and as a grandmother. And what we know is that kids deserve to be protected and safe, and part of keeping them healthy in every community is making sure that they have access to all of the recommended vaccines that are recommended by the American Academy of Pediatrics. And so we need to do whatever we can to push back against the erosion of the infrastructure that can make that happen, or children will suffer and communities will bear the brunt in the ripple effects of spreading illnesses that can be prevented.
And so can I ask you about the recommendations here? You at the American Academy of Pediatrics put out your own recommendations, right? So how does that work with insurance companies if you recommend something that then the CDC doesn't?
So we've never been in this position before. We've always made our own recommendations for 90 years. The AAP has been putting out our own pediatric immunization recommendations for children. And usually they dovetail exactly with the ACIP or with very little differences. And so we've never been in this unprecedented place before. That being said, everyone who's involved understands that one of the cornerstones to child health is vaccines, and it is in everybody's best interest to make them available and pay for them. It is an investment in children, and it is frankly cheaper to pay for a vaccine from an insurance company standpoint than pay for a child who's hospitalized for days, weeks, or more. It is an investment in their health, and it's smart use of healthcare dollars.
And so it's different, right, in every state what parents are hearing, if you look at the parent side of it. So how are they being advised right now by their pediatricians? I have a wonderful relationship with my pediatrician. I'm so thankful for that when it comes to the health of my kids. But what is your advice to parents right now that might even feel confused by all this back and forth?
Yeah, so start with the trusted people, and that is us pediatricians who are your partner in your child's health. Go to healthychildren.org, the American Academy of Pediatrics website, where we have all of the recommended, trusted, science-based, fact-based recommendations for your child. And then if you have any questions on how to get the vaccine, which ones are appropriate and what timing, start with your pediatrician, start with your pediatric clinician, and they are committed to working with you to make that happen. We have one goal and are singularly focused in all of these efforts, and that is to keep the health of all of our children in every community safe.
I'm curious if you're seeing a shift at all. There's this poll from Harvard T.H. Chan School of Public Health. It shows about 21% of adults are saying they don't support vaccine requirements. And of those people, 79% of them are really opposed. They feel like it should be a parent's choice. Are you seeing a shift there?
So the undermining of all of the infrastructure and the science is making everybody uncertain, and uncertainty is not good for anyone, but still the vast majority of Americans vaccinate their children on schedule, and what they deserve from us is clear recommendations and guidance. And those school, for example, requirements really are put in place so that we can protect every child in every classroom, because if illnesses start to spread, that impacts the classroom itself. Teachers start to miss ability to teach. We already have a teacher shortage in many places in this country. Kids can't learn when they're not in school. Parents go to work when they're home caring for children who are ill. That impacts the economy of their family. That puts other families at risk. And all of those ripple effects happen to the community. So the right answer is to do everything we can to improve vaccine confidence and to make sure we have access in every community for every child.
Dr. Kressly, thank you so much for spending some time with us today. Yeah, we appreciate you.